Hello everybody, this is a very frustrated Debbie from Debsday. This is my third time where I've had the loom completely loaded, thinking I did it all wrong, so I erased those videos and then started afresh, only realized I was doing it in the right order, and oh my gosh. Anyways, this is Rolling Thunder, and for those of you on Instagram, I've mentioned it to a couple of you, and I'm really grateful everybody's comments, not only on Instagram but also obviously on YouTube. But this is a kind of off the idea of Glam Slam and Ripples Bracelet. I kind of used a couple of the ideas, some of the ways I did those together to come up with this one. I really like it. If you have the special bands, I recommend, and definitely you don't want to do that to the band because you have to pull it out to make it pretty. Stretching it and I ruined its design. I found that the thicker bands just give it the chunky look. If you want something more slender and feminine, then definitely use the regular opaque or jelly bands. And this one I use the special bands on both to make it's really beefy, and this I use the opaque bands. It makes these center caps pop a little more. Also, if you can, it really would be better to double the length of your loom. You will be using the standard 3-bar staggered loom, and this one here has 19 caps, and I wear 6 1/4 inch bracelet, and that's what it looks like. The other one is 15 caps. I don't know why I did that one shorter, but anyways, I really like this bracelet. I just love its boldness, and Rolling Thunder is bold. My girlfriend just posted a picture from Maine, and the storm clouds over the trees, and it was just boom. It was just so dramatic, and definitely that's a picture you could call Rolling Thunder also. So anyhow, for the colors, we'll be using 4 colors. Color A, which is metallic white here, I will be using just standard purple opaque. And then for the medieval blue, I will be using the dark purple. It'll make a subtle border. The sea color, which are kind of make an X here, and did I show you the back side? I think I did on this one. I'm losing track because this is the third time trying to shoot this one, and I'm like forgetting what I said or didn't say. But I think the back side is cool. But you'll be using the sea color. It's the little X here, but it's also the one that goes up the middle here. And hopefully that stayed in focus. I don't know how far up I can take my hands before it starts getting blurry on you. So for C, I'm going to be using the jelly yellow. And then for the caps, I did not like the way they looked on the web page, but I got them anyway since I was getting all the colors of the medieval. And so I'll be using medieval red. So I don't know, that just kind of looks like, I think I got a costume for my granddaughter at the thrift store, play around with it. It kind of had these colors in it, and it was like the medieval damsel type outfit, and so I don't know, maybe that's why I was thinking of those colors. So we will start out, I place, if you use extensions, well, you need at least one extension on this end. I pre-place it to make it a little easier, and then I take color A on each side, and then we're going to go up one side, color A, really quickly, stretching over 3 pins instead of the standard 2. So it goes really quickly since you only need a few. And you will take it to the last pin. Do it again on this side. I'll just stay on camera since this such a quick thing that I don't see any point in making the break. So that's the first step. Then you will take your color B, which I'm using the deep purple, and for this one you have to put this little just over the 2 right here. If not, it'll fall apart. It needs that to connect to the end of the bracelet. And then after that you will spread it over, because this, if it's just out here like this, there's nothing for that to hook onto. Just it falls apart. So you're going to do the 3 over 3 pins, just like the purple, only it's going to be kind of staggered. So this one will only come to the last pin, and then we will do it on this side. I did something wrong. Oops, sorry folks. Try that again. I know, I can hear you guys scolding me. See, I'm going to use a different one since I can already stretch that. Forgot to put this one here. Oops, my mistake. So then we'll go back. How embarrassing. Nope, I'm just human. And I think I did something wrong again. Oh wait, no, I'm right. Okay, I'm fine there. Just getting a little paranoid. So the B color comes to the last pins. Now we will place our C bands, the first of our C bands, like this, simple triangles all the way up. And I will turn the camera off because this is just tedious. It won't take too long, but I think you guys can handle it. I trust you can handle it. I think I forgot to mention that you will be placing these triangles all the way up to the very end set of pegs. So if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and do that. And believe it or not, folks, this is the 3rd time I have loaded my loom all the way up to this point. And again, if you have enough to make the extension, I highly recommend it. I will be putting this in my bag to give to children. So this one, will be big enough. Will be fine for their little wrists. But I only have 3 looms and a few extra bars, and I'm making a 6-bar bracelet for that Loom for Kaylee's giveaway. I'm taking a couple of bracelets. One I have done a video on and one I haven't, and kind of combining things. I liken the two, and I've made a sample piece about this big. So far I like it, but I'm trying to figure out what colors are going to, make the design work best. So anyways, back to business. I had gotten to this both times. I thought, oh my god, I screwed up. Delete everything, and yank all these off, throw them in my reuse bin for my practice bracelet designs. And just make sure you have these all pushed down. But I didn't need to do that, because you will now take the color C, the same color as the triangle. You can use something different if you want, but I don't know, if you want a different color coming up the middle, if you want to wear it on this side, it's probably it's a little more confusing, but not too bad. To differentiate which is which. Anyways, I'm doing a bad job. I'm letting it go get twisted. So we're just going to quickly do this. So quickly, Debbie. Okay, and we'll take it up to the very last pin. And now we can place, our caps. So just place the caps here like this. Just all the way up to the second to the last one, and then the last one you'll put whatever your extension color. For me it's the regular purple. So I'll just put that on right now. And then I'll be back to show you how to loop this magnificent rolling thunder. Alrighty, came back. I had to get up and get something, and not real sure about this choice of colors, but you know what? I'm committed, so let's go. I should have said let's roll, right? Rolling thunder. I know, sometimes I'm silly. That's my kids. Aren't you supposed to be the mom? I guess, but my mom is the mom. I'm just the kid. I just had my 54th birthday on July 24th, but my brain still thinks I'm 12. I don't know. Anyhow, let's see. This is another one of my designs, which is an atypical looping, so do not fear. I will guide you safely through this journey. We are going to reach past this band. I know it's on the top, but we are going to loop back the triangles all the way up without touching. So just make sure when you pull this out, you've got that yellow band, that you've gone on the inside of the yellow bands going up the center. Let's show you a couple more. So yeah, you've got the two rows of the cap, and then that one yellow, and grab the one that's on top. It should be on your left if you followed mine, but I'm kind of more left side minded than right, even though I'm ambidextrous. I just kind of tend to do things the opposite. I think I was a lefty. I have one left out of my 6 kids. There's one lefty. My teachers kept making, my mom and teachers kept making me color with just my right hand. It was so much fun, you know, coloring, artists doing art. And when this kind of got tired and this one's just sitting there doing nothing, it's like, well, you rest and you do it for a while. So this made sense to me. So anyhow, I'd probably confuse you guys a little bit. I don't know. I do everything backwards than most of you. So I'll show one more. Reach through. Make sure you've got that yellow band that goes up the middle. Make sure you're on the inside of it, and then bring the triangles out to their bases. So I'll have camera and finish that and show you what's next. So here is our loom. And now we're going to do something. This is, I think, part of it that's a little different, but have no fear. I am adventurous and I'm daring and bold. Oh my gosh. I'm in my silly mood again. So what we're going to do is take the yellow one, the one that's goes up the center, but is now, see it's stretched out, and you don't reach under to get it. It's right on top, so don't go in to try to get it. Just take it right from here and bring it up. I probably should have pointed out that not a good color for like the sweets and the ones that are more brittle and snap more easily. So you're just going to find it. See this? It's right here on top. Being it kind of transparent, it's a little hard to see. Once you find it, and just bring it over. So wherever it looks like you're going on the inside of the red for some, in some of these, but it's just the way it's rolled. But some of it kind of rolls up, but just gently pull it over. Don't try to yank it too hard or you might snap it. I don't think these jellies, I think these jellies will probably have the most resistance out of all the bands, unless one has, every once in a while one has a thin edge. I usually, if I see one as I'm putting it on, I bite it with my canines to break it so that I don't mistakenly use it, or when I'm cleaning up, don't put it back away. Of course, I usually just throwing them around my room. My room is so full of bands all over the floor. I hope it won't damage my vacuum cleaner. This room does not get vacuumed very often. No. Okay. So that's what it looks like. You'll see this kind of little thin line here and the thicker line here. But that's okay. Now it's pretty simple. Even though these were looped across, every other one, because we alternated it, each one will have something to loop back. And so we'll start looping this one, and it just seems a little weird. It seems really loose, but just place it over here, and it's fine. And you're just going to go up just reach until you get down to the one, pull everything back until you get to that one on the bottom, and do this. No, let's not mess up a video again. So we're going to just do that all the way up to here, and we'll do the same. Sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention to how my hook was going. So take this one, it's a little loose, but that's okay. Put over the pin. And just do this on both sides. And I will be back to finish it off. We are almost there. So at this point here is our loom, and all we have to do is finish off these last two connector bands. There we go. And now we will make our extension. I'm probably going to make this one extra big because it is rather tight. A little bit tight. Okay, I'm not sure about this lacy pattern. It's good because I can see through it enough for this little square for me to work on. I lose my little cap. Of course, I hardly ever have my cap ready to use anyways. As most of you know, I'm always forgetting it. So we reach in to our pre-placed first extension and turn your hook upside down, grab a band, gently pull it through those two loops, turn the hook upside up, turn it around, and do as many. You can do the whole side if you want. I like my hook in the middle. I think I'll just do 5. I'll just add one. I'll add more if it's really too tight. Stretch it out, pop the lip on, and it is pretty tight, so this is definitely one of those designs where you don't want to just pull it off. So just work it off. Oops. Okay, then the center, hopefully now with all that tension release, it should pop right up. And it is. And I can't wait to see this design. Okay, now see that? It looks horrible. What you do is you gotta stretch it out. Now I haven't used the jellies before. One of the reasons being is I didn't want a lot of bulk with these. They're kind of a holder band, holder bands, and not the star of the play, as you would say. But I just decided to try. And I definitely do not like using the jellies. It takes away too much from the center. See how short it is? Yeah, definitely don't want that. But I'm going to have a note on the front. You make an annotation to not use jellies, but I'm not doing this for a fourth time. The steps are the steps, and you can see how lovely this bracelet is if it's done right. So I will just make a note on this video to use opaque bands for your C color, because the thicker jellies are just fighting for the attention. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not the design I'm going for. So, pardon this, but many of those you know me, I'm experimental, and even if it's on camera, I'm going to give it a try, because I hadn't tried the, actually, now I'm playing around with it and getting it, I mean, it's got its own look. I think the band is just so tiny that I think it's hard to appreciate. But anyhow, let's finish this up, okay? Let's place some bands. I'm probably going to have to put about 10 more bands to make it long enough. This is definitely tight, and I always do my second half of my extension, as most people typically do. Stretch it over here so that you can easily reach and move it back. I'm sorry for all you beginners. I am just not a good teacher in remembering to tell each step. I'm just assuming you all know. I tried to teach algebra to somebody once that didn't know algebra, and I just had so much of it in high school and stuff, and then I knew it well, and I'd taken it in college, and when somebody didn't just automatically get it, I'm like yelling at them. It's like, why don't you get it? If you do it like this and this, it just has to be like this on this side, and this and this, it has to be equal. What don't you get? I would definitely get D- teacher. But let's get back to this. I do like the purple and the purple there. I do like that, but again, it kind of loses. Let's use this one. See how its dimensionality, if that's a word, has changed because of using the thicker jelly bands here. This is definitely a little. Can you see that? The center is much more prominent, and the sides are kind of recessed a little bit, where on this one the sides are parallel. So I think I would have liked the colors if I had used an opaque band here. So anyhow, let's put this one aside because it's a little bit of a dud. I'm so embarrassed. But these are pretty, so let's focus on these right here, right? The pretty ones. The ones that came out correctly. If you like my video, if you like my design, let me know. You can hit the little like button and share it with your friends. And of course, if you want to see more of my designs, be sure to subscribe to Deb's Thing. Wow. I don't have my fan over there on. and I'm sweating like crazy, and I'm not used to sweating. I'm not going to get into my life's history, but any little tiny difference in temperature of anything, I'm not the right amount of sleep, I'm just a loony bin. So as I was saying, subscribe to Deb's thing on YouTube, or choose to follow me on Instagram. I'm so happy. I started my first Instagram, uploaded my first one on July 6th, and then on August 5th I reached my 1,000th follower on Instagram. I don't know if that's, I don't think that's extraordinary when I'm looking at some other people's numbers, but I am thrilled. I had no idea. I never would have thought I'd ever get 1,000, let alone in 1 month's time. So thank you, everybody, for appreciating my designs and the way my brain works. I love you guys all, even though I don't know you. You guys are so sweet to me in your comments, and I thank you very much for watching.